It's being billed as a day of rage. Millions of Egyptians have erupted in anger after President Hosni Mubarak defied calls to step down. The ageing Mr Mubarak has delegated some powers to his deputy, but says he won't go until elections in September. His vice president has called on protesters to end their 18 days of demonstration and go home. But they're vowing to stage their biggest rally yet later today, a gathering expected to test the military's restraint, as Mark Willesee reports from Cairo.
It was supposed to be their day of liberation. Instead, Hosni Mubarak crushed the protesters' hopes that he'd go quietly. The president stubbornly vowing to hold on to power until elections in September.
The current situation is not about me. It is not about Hosni Mubarak. It is now about Egypt, its present and its future. All Egyptians are lying in the same trench, and we should continue the national dialogue we have started.
But these protesters don't want dialogue. Egyptians had expected Mr Mubarak to bow to pressure and quit after ruling party leaders and the military hinted the president was on the way out. After the 82-year-old's defiant speech, angry demonstrators surged out of the square in rage. Others were too stunned to move.
I'm very angry, and I think people around me, as you can see, are furious. The government is clearly not getting the message. He's clearly being very stubborn.
Hosni Mubarak's refusal to quit has enraged these protesters. They're promising even bigger demonstrations after Friday prayers. They're going to march towards the State Television Building and also the Presidential Palace. It's going to be interesting to see whether the army does move to stop them.
For the past 18 days, Tahrir Square has been packed with Egyptians sick of endemic corruption and grinding poverty. Among the thousands here, women and children. The Vice President says it's time for everyone to leave the square.
Youth of Egypt, go back to your homes and your work. The country needs you so that we can develop. Do not listen to biased foreign TV and radio broadcasts. Instead, listen to your conscience.
30 years of lies, 30 years of sleep. When are we going to wake up?
There's no doubt today's demonstration will be so huge it will rouse the Mubarak regime. The great worry is it may also trigger a bloody confrontation between protesters and the military. Mark Willesee, ABC News, Cairo.